And we have been as flexible as we possibly can in asking again and again and again for these things to be addressed. So, I could just say to you, for the sake of Phil and front page of his paper, or Bill, or WMDT, and say, they've robbed us blind of $3.3 million, and they do it every year. But that's demagoguery as well, because that implies that somehow I'm Mikey, pushing it over there to somebody else. But no, we came up with plans. The city council and I came up with plans to help those responsible for this injustice do it. And all you can hear now is the air conditioner running, because that's all we've heard. Here's the map. And I'll say it again, whether or not you write it, whether or not anybody does anything with it, but I'm not going to go to bed tonight without knowing that I've said it. We do 65% of the county with our fire service, and we get paid for about 25% of it. So if you came up to work at WMDT and you did 65% of your day and they only paid you 25% of your day, you'd be working at WMDT, wouldn't you? Or the Salisbury Independent. It's just a little rivalry there. So the question becomes, how do all these people in the dark chocolate of the Neapolitan ice cream thing you have going on here, what do you say to them who are paying for all of these people out here? Well, you know what's being said now. They're going to die in a fire, Jim, if you do this. All of the shopping centers will go up in flames if you do this. You know what that is? That's just another way of saying, I'm going to figure out a way to scare you into not doing this. Well, I am not scared. Something has to be done here. There are options. And I'll lay them out again, just in case anyone who can change this is listening. We could get a new fire service agreement. The past county executive, 9 times, like Ferris Bueller, Ferris has been absent from school 9 times. 9 times we went down the hallway. Nothing. Mr. Stevenson will tell you, Mr. Pick will tell you. We would go down there and we'd say, hey, so we went to conflict resolution with them. Nothing. And their line has always been, if I give you more money, I have to take it away from the fire company out here. So we understood that. And what did the leader of our fire department do? He's presented a huge plan, an accessible base model that treats everybody fairly and makes sure that every fire company in Wycomico County has what they need. All it was the air conditioning, my friend. When I leave here, between my house and here, between this parking space and my driveway, there are approximately 3,500 taxpayers. And every one of them want to know from me, what are you doing for what I'm paying for that nobody else is paying for? So this is what happens. The other side says, and I don't even know who the other side is. They're with Jonathan and Joe, I guess. Somebody. Well, the state's attorney's office, all the calls are in Salisbury. Okay. I'm a county taxpayer too. The people who are getting this service are not city taxpayers. Hell, I'm giving a lot of these people who live in that district a break on their sewer rates as it is this year. We can't use that argument that the state's attorney's office does more work in Salisbury because Salisbury residents pay county taxes. So we are on the internet today. People are going to die because that's how they get you to pay attention. So what we could do is we could agree to a new fire service district. Have we tried to do that, Chief? How many times? We could draw these lines, and if I get paid for 22% of it, how about you just give me 22% of it? That's fair, right? What is it, what is it, Chief? 23.87. And I have it right here. She's looking at me right through that door right there. Her name is Sherelle McBride. If you go down West Road, this is hysterical. Go down West Road, you're inside the city limits, and then there's this little cut right there, and one house isn't inside the city limits. Don't ask me, Bob. I have no idea how I got this way. It's Sherelle's house. Sherelle is the first person who's going to have to wait for Delmar or Hebron to come to her house. What the people who don't want change want to happen is for Sherelle to blame me. I've already made peace with Sherelle. She understands that $3.3 million more every year, not just this year, every year, and every year for how many years past, would have made a huge difference in what we've been able to do in our neighborhoods. A huge difference in waiting to do our studies about pay, where we had to wait until the doomsday, where everybody was, between 7 and 70% behind their counterparts. You can pay us what you owe us, but we didn't even ask for the cash, did we, Jake? We didn't ask for $2.2 million. All we asked was that, oh no, I got them mixed up. We didn't ask for the $1.2 million in tax differential. We just said, drop our taxes if we live in the city for the difference we have with the differential. I could have said, I want my money. I could have t-shirts made that said, I want my money. But I didn't. I said, just lower the tax rate for city residents that are county taxpayers. The other thing that the county could do is just take over all of the fire departments in the county. Just take them all. Just pay for them all, and then come up with a better map. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this out loud, because the reporters who were here the last time I said it were all under the age of 30. They had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. The era of the good old boy network is over. It's over. This wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you got to do this, I'll do that. For all intents and purposes, nobody in elected office drew these lines. Bobby Culver and Jim Ireton are to blame for this. The people who came before us ceded this responsibility to people who wanted all this space but didn't want to have anything to do with choosing how to pay for it. And that was a mistake. All the way back in our history, that was a mistake. But it is not a mistake that I can let sit another year. The City Council President and I are committed to finding a solution to this, but it has now been 101 days. It's been 110,000 days since we made the original mistake to have it done like this. I want this person here to have protection from some fire company, but this person has to pay if that fire company is inside these limits. It's just that simple. So, on July 1st of this year, if there is not a new agreement, our fire trucks will not go outside the city limits. I hope it's clear to all of you in this room that my conscience